This is a very basic tutorial on how to use Adobe Illustrator and creating boxes and line colors and fill styles and strokes and the thickness of lines. So to start off, I'm going to create a box. And there's my basic box. I can come up top here and actually change exact widths and sizes. So let's say I wanted a width of 3 and a height of 2. Okay. The other thing I can do is I can specify where this is on the page. So let's say I'm doing something very critical and I want to align something to 0, 0. For example, in the laser engraver, I want it to be exactly a 1/4 inch away from the top edge and bottom edge. I can just come up to the XY and change that to 0.25 on my X and 0.25 on the Y. And I'd actually have a box located exactly where I want it on the page. Remember, this basic sheet of paper represents the bed of the laser engraver. So now what I'm going to do is just zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So here's my basic box. I can hit the selection tool. I click on it. I've highlighted the box, and you can see that the outside border is actually red. So if I click somewhere else, there's my outside border of red. There's the inside, which is black. So I'm going to click on it again, and I'm just going to change that outside border to, let's say, blue. And I'm going to change the fill color now to no fill. And you can see I've basically changed the color. So I'm going to go back to red. And the other thing is the stroke. The stroke is how thick the lines are. So if I change that stroke to 0.125, it goes really thick. Right? Now, if you're using the laser engraver, the stroke for cutting out on the laser has to be 0.001. So I actually can manually change it, go 0.001. And that defaults it, once I've selected it, 0.001, to the size the laser engraver has to work with. Now, if you want an easy way of doing this, I've actually created a style. And what a style is basically sets these parameters all ready for you. So I'm just going to change this back to, I don't know, let's make this blue. Let's change this fill color to green. And let's change the outside stroke to 0.25. So it's something like that. Now I want it basically to use with a laser engraver. So all I need to do is highlight the object, go to Style, and I've created one for you, and this is the red style for actually cutting on the laser. When I click on it, it just defaults it back to the settings, and you can notice the stroke is 0.001 for the laser, and it has no fill in it. So that's basically, lines, fills, and using the laser engraver settings. So again, Style, clicking on that one ensures that the laser engraver settings are right. Now to prove it for the laser engraver, all I need to do is go File, Print, and up here, Printer, make sure it either says VLS 3.50, which is a laser, or on some machines it might say laser engraver here. And you click Print. At the bottom, I will click on this icon, which is the Universal Laser Systems Control Panel, which is basically a laser engraver, and I should have my box, and it should be in red. If it's red, you know that it'll be able to be cut. So that concludes the tutorial on basically how to make a box and getting the right settings to bring it into laser engraver.